So, I am very torn on this addition to the game. I've heard a lot of players be very annoyed by it, and I could kind of understand the reasoning. So, if you guys are not already familiar, Sweden's been getting some Norway vehicles, and they recently just got the Norwegian F-16AM. And this is, to me, a good addition, but I've heard a lot of Swedish players be very upset over this addition for a couple of reasons. One, this is not the aircraft that Swedish mains have been hoping for a very long time, and that's the JAS-39E. And we're getting to a point where I don't want the JAS-39E to be dead on arrival. And if Gaijin doesn't end up adding things like electronic countermeasures and data link and all of this, stuff that they don't even have in the game right now, it's going to be very hard for the aircraft to not be DOA. I think this is a big reason on also why we don't have the Super Hornet. Obviously, more modern weaponry is also to play, because Gaijin is hopefully seeing that the F-16I Sufa was DOA on its arrival, and that's because that aircraft, the big thing that was for it was access to more modern weapon systems, and that just isn't modeled into the game right now. So that leads me to beg the question on what your guys' thoughts are on the F-16 getting added to the Swedish tech tree, because obviously, yes, I think it is a good aircraft. I think it should have gotten added, but it seems like just another update, and every update that seems to keep happening where Sweden gets something that is, usable. I mean, they had the new Viggens several updates ago that had the AIM-120s, and that gave a lot of people some hope that we would see the JAS-39E in the future, but instead Gaijin decided to add the F-16AM, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. I can understand the reason for wanting to. Sweden doesn't have a lot of options left. They have some Norway vehicles, and then they have access to things like the F-35. And then they, as far as actual Swedish vehicles go, that's kind of it. They have access to the JAS-39E. There might be one or two other Gripen versions we'll see in the game, but other than that, that is it for Sweden, Swedish-made aircraft. It'll be Finnish F-35s, it'll be Norwegian F-16s. We already have Finnish F-18s in the Swedish tech tree. And honestly, personally, I don't know if this was the best move. I think it was, to be honest. It gives Swedish players a good backbone aircraft. The F-16's proven itself. The F-16AM has good weapon systems, will be great in ground RB, will be good in air RB. So there's not really any reason to be crazy upset, but I can absolutely understand where these players are coming from. Obviously, you want to see the aircraft that all these players are wanting to come to the game. Obviously, I'd like to see the JAS-39E come to the game as well. But obviously, we don't have it in the game right now, and Gaijin doesn't seem to be ready to add it to the game, at least yet. So for now, the F-16AM is here to fly alongside the JAS-39C and the F-18C, and honestly, I don't think it's the end of the world. This is just another good aircraft that gives players another option to play. I do want to know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Do you guys think Gaijin adding the F-16AM for Norway in the Swedish tech tree is a good idea or a bad idea? I also do want to know how you guys think it'll play in air RB and ground RB just in general. I mean, it'll be pretty identical to something like the F-16C, I would imagine. I don't think it'll have any sort of issues or anything like that. There shouldn't be, at least. And as far as playing it out on the dev server, it feels identical to all the other F-16s we have. There's nothing really special about it. It plays good in ground RB. It'll play good in air RB. You get access to the AIM-120. You get access to the AIM-9M. So very, normal weapon systems. In fact, the video was actually supposed to be using the Penguin as the cast weapon, because this aircraft actually does carry 4 of them and does get access to the targeting pod, but the Penguins were not working on the dev server at the time of recording, so unfortunately, we didn't get that sort of footage for you guys. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.